Shabbat Shalom. After the pronouncement of those 10 utterances, the 10 commandments, the Holy One, together with all of the Israelites gathered at the foot of the mountain, us all bound together as one in holy relation, and also bound together in relationship with God, who is one. In this holy and extraordinary moment of transcendent meeting, after we heard those extraordinary 10 utterances, the Torah says something amazing. It says, Vayar ha'am et hakolot, and the people saw the voices. They saw the voices? Don't we normally hear the voices? The rabbis and the sages and commentators across the millennia have struggled to understand this experience. What was it at this incredible moment of meeting that the Israelites saw? Sfad Emet, Reb Yehuda Arle Gev Ger, teaches that what the Israelites saw in that moment was the beginning of time. They saw that very first spark from the very instant of the moment of creation, and how that spark is embedded inside the deepest recess of our soul. That in that incredible moment of seeing, we didn't just see God, but we also saw the fullest articulation of the pure essence of our own selves, all in one glimpse. How did we see that? What does it take to see not only the creator of the universe, that primordial light from which everything extends, and also to see the pure essence of our own selves in one gaze? And I think it comes from what happened at Mount Sinai that was different from all other moments. The Israelites, as we have come to know them, are not an easy group. They are constantly divided against themselves. They are constantly asserting their own uniqueness and their own immediate needs, their own immediate wants and cares and desires. So, can you blame them? Enslaved in Egypt, they called out to Moses and called out to God, save us from our suffering. Any of us who has ever experienced pain know how pain makes us myopic. It makes us focus really only on our own selves. If you've ever had back pain and you try to go to sleep or you try to move, you just sort of say, if I just move a little bit, I can get maybe a little more comfortable. Or if I just do this, I can maybe relieve that pain. Because we are conditioned as human beings to get out of pain as fast as possible. If you hold your hand out over a stove, it will immediately, automatically recoil because we are hardwired to get out of pain. Not just physical pain, but emotional pain and spiritual pain. And so the Israelites, from their trials as slaves to their wanderings to the Red Sea, call out to God again and again and again in their pain. And in their pain, all they can see really is themselves, and they can't really see their full essence of themselves. All they can really see is their pain. All they can see is what's lacking. All they can see is what's missing. But at Mount Sinai, something is different. What's different is that the Israelites are no longer consumed with their separateness. They are obsessed with their unity. We're taught at the beginning of Exodus chapter 19 that as the Israelites arrived at the wilderness of Sinai, it says they camped at the foot of Mount Sinai. Vayichan Yisrael, and Israel camped tachat ahar, near the foot of the mountain. The first time it talks about making camp, it uses this word vayachanu, they camped. But then the second time it talks about making camp, it says vayichan, in the singular. The Israelites made camp as one. And constantly, again and again, we are reminded that at this unique moment at Sinai, the Israelites had found a way to relieve their pain. And having been liberated from their pain, they were able to see the full humanity of each other. They were able to find a way to bond one with another, to become one with each other. And it was in that moment where they were really able to see each other that they were able to see not only themselves, but the Holy One reflected in the eyes of that other. It's interesting that we know that there was this vast mixed multitude that stood at the foot of Mount Sinai, but when God speaks to them in that first utterance, God speaks to them in the singular. Each and every one of those Israelites assembled at the foot of Mount Sinai heard God in their own unique way. They heard God through their own unique sense of themselves. They saw God only as they could see God, because what they were really seeing is the uniqueness of themselves. But what they also saw is that in the uniqueness of themselves is the reflection of each and every one of the others that were gathered around them. They realized this extraordinary paradox of their uniqueness and their unity. We sometimes find that we focus too much on unity and insist that everybody be like us, that everybody think like us, everybody look like us, everybody act like us, everybody believe as we believe, everybody think as we think. And then we're reminded, no, it is the uniqueness of our individual selves that makes us holy and precious. But at the same time, if all we care about is me, and what I need and what I want and who I am, we can never really see not only God, but each other. It is that paradoxical balance of being able to see one's own self and one's mate, one's companion, the others with whom we share our lives, our community, those who are standing on either side of us, whom we never really seem to ever really see. That it is through that incredible sense of seeing that we will see the voices. We will see the voices of that extraordinary chorus we call humanity, and we will see the voices of the angels calling back to us from God's realm and God's voice in our lives as well. Shabbat Shalom.